Hey everybody, welcome back to another Diecast review. This is Kasey Kahne's 2010 Budweiser Armed Forces Ford Fusion. It's a COT. As you can see, it is not your regular Lionel diecast. So let's take a look and see what's all different here. So the first thing I noticed when I got this car was the box is a little different, a little bigger. It's a Champion Series from Checkered Flag, and then you can see the kind of their box detail. It's the red camo, number 9. Budweiser, Richard Petty Motorsports, all that fun stuff. So then, that's all fine and dandy, but this is where it really got interesting. So when you pull open the packaging on these, oh, there go my screws and pedestals. I'll need those because I'm going to be putting this away and getting ready for it to move, so it will have to go back in its box for a day, or a few days. So it comes in a block of styrofoam. This pops off the top here, just like that. And then it opens up like that, and your car sits in there, base is in the bottom. So that's kind of the weird packaging with this. It's really actually pretty cool, kind of a neat idea, and especially with these, that you can just, that's how you seal your block up. So definitely a very unique idea there. So let's get on to the diecast. It's definitely something interesting to look at. We're going to definitely take a look at that diecast. So with this one, we'll start on the left side here. Down the left side, we do have what feels like bigger tires on the front. As you can see, looks like the wheel wells are filled up a little more. We got the red camo, looking great. Sprint Cup Series, number 9. Should say Coors Light Pole Award, but with Budweiser, they don't want that on there. But yeah, the red camo all over. We got Kasey Kahne on the name rail, Ford, Valvoline, and Best Buy. Budweiser there, Stanley. And then we got Budweiser on the wing as well. And there you can see where it does have rear suspension. That's something that checkered flag cars always had. The rear suspension would work. Another thing that they have that's really neat is the window net does come down. It's got 3 little magnets. There you see them, 3 little magnets. And then you can see inside the cockpit there. The thing that's really neat is the headrests on the seat are actually wide. They're not just paper thin. And then the seat belt detail is pretty good. So actually the interior on these I would say is better. I do like the interior a little bit more. So, but yeah, the magnet just sticks right back up. Underneath, there you can see our underneath details a little different, but for the most part it's the same. DIN 971, working rear suspension, but other than that, the components all look fairly similar. Roof flaps are absolutely tiny. There you see the roof flaps that open up. Not near as big as the Lionel ones. And the antenna is permanent. It is not one that you just set in there. It's always on there. It's just a little rubber antenna. Woo. Kind of a neat idea, honestly, because I don't think those antennas break. Budweiser, Valvoline, proud to serve. There you see our fuel cell in the back. A couple of tubes. There you see we do have a black panel on the inside here. I think that does make the car look a little bit better as well. On the right side, it is the same as the left. We've got our tailpipes here. Number 9. We've got that red camo all the way down. Looking good as could be. As I said, we do have the working front suspension and what feels like really big tires on the front. So to the front, we've got the Ford Fusion front end. We got the little silver grill plate. We've got the white splitter. The spokes are there, all individual, nothing like some of those cheaper ones where they'd all be just the same. There's our engine detail on the inside. Side-by-side comparison. I'll get the 2008 Kahne car out, and we'll do a little side-by-side on engine detail. So, basically what we're looking at between the two is that one and this one. I would say this one's got more color to it, but individual pieces I might say that this one does because it's got the wires running up over the front. Those it's got to run up over the side. So a little bit different, but that is our differences in the engine detail. Both still look really, really nice. Both are extremely fine. I mean, it's still better than what we get now. And then the only other thing would be the undercarriage of the two. See, when you go to the undercarriage here, you got a couple extra bars, it looks like, kind of blocking some stuff. And they're black on this one, which are originally white on the other. So they both do look great. I would definitely say, though, they're different. It's not like I would say one is better than the other. I still probably prefer the Lionel mold. This ends up a little more rounded on the front, not a little less rigid. But, still a good-looking diecast. I still really like this car quite a bit. Paint scheme is one reason, but also it's nice to have a little bit of variety. Because here you can see we got the 2 air tubes coming in the side window. We do not have that on any of the Lionel ones. And then, of course, the seat and the belts and stuff are a little bit better. So I think there's some things each of them do better, but Lionel always wins the mold battle. So that's probably one of the most important because that's what you see from the outside. So, but that'll pretty much wrap up this review. It's definitely one of my favorites as a Kahne fan. You know, I don't think it's a must-have for everybody. It's always, I think everyone should at least get to see one of these in person, these checkered flag ones. I think they're good diecast. I think there's definitely some neat components to them. I've got a whole box of spare ones that I'm going to use some seats and parts out of to kind of build some custom ones out of that at some point when I have time again. Just kind of as a side hobby where I can, you know, improve the detail. But unfortunately, I haven't had a lot of time recently. So, but anyway, that'll pretty much wrap up this review. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We got a lot of videos coming up, and as I move, I'm basically going to do a review on everything before I pack it up, so should be a bunch of them on my library to release slowly to try and keep the gap a little bit trimmed down. But that'll wrap it up for me. Thank you all, and we'll see you all in the next diecast review.